It's been so long!
It has been a while, everyone. I'm glad to see that the goddess continues to guide and protect you all.
Wait a second. Why aren't you surprised to see us? Did you already know we were here?
The temple's missive mentioned that a mage had sealed the Hypogean troubling White Ridge. From what I've heard, there is but one person who could have accomplished such a feat. Magister Merlin. Is that so? That particular detail was absent from the temple's records.
Dame Temisia, I presume. I am Rodrigo, captain of the Palace Guard of White Ridge. The Magister and I are here to oversee the funerals of the Archduke and the Princess. I trust you've heard of the tragedies that have afflicted the duchy. As a guard, I lack expertise in funeral arrangements. The Velisa family traditionally coordinated such matters with the temple. Do you know if any of the newly arrived acolytes possess the knowledge needed to assist us?
Funeral preparations. I recommend speaking with Acolyte Eisen. He is deeply versed in such customs and has family roots in White Ridge. However, he is currently leading efforts to cleanse the lingering evil within the temple and may not have the time to assist directly. Come, I will take you to him. Acolyte Eisen, this is Rodrigo, the captain of the Palace Guard. He seeks your guidance for the funerals of Archduke Velisa and the Princess.
By Dura's grace, I humbly request your aid at Velisa Castle to ensure the arrangements proceed without issue.
At the Forgive me, Captain, but my priorities must remain with the temple for the time being. White Ridge Temple is yet tainted with the unholy residue of evil. As stewards of Dura's will, we must complete the cleansing of this sacred ground. It cannot remain defiled.
Yet the funerals cannot proceed without the presence of the temple. What are we to do?
Noble funerals have long been held at White Ridge Temple, Captain. I have presided over many such ceremonies, and I assure you there is no need for concern. The process is not as complex as it may seem. Should you need to manage the preparations yourselves, I can provide instructions. It is unlikely that anything will go amiss.
But these are no ordinary funerals. They are for the Archduke and the Princess. Surely we cannot...
Captain, the Velisa family served the goddess with unparalleled humility and devotion. Their funerals reflect this. Simple yet profound, marked only by the choice of caskets. Overindulgence would dishonor their memory.
Their memory? I see. Very well. Please guide me through the necessary steps.
I've heard that nobles in White Ridge are interred in ice caskets. Is that correct?
Indeed. Commoners are laid to rest in pine or cypress coffins, while the noble families are honored with custom-crafted ice caskets. Once the ice caskets are prepared, the temple provides consecrated frost oil to ensure the caskets remain unyielding, the ice never melting. The body of the deceased must first be cleansed, a duty often undertaken by their closest family or trusted servants. If necessary, any visible wounds may be concealed. The body then rests for 3 days before the goddess's statue in the burial grounds, a vigil seeking her mercy and blessing. Only after this can the memorial ceremony commence, and the body be transferred to its final resting place. There is a tradition for loved ones to offer sapphirine blossoms before sealing a casket, a gesture symbolizing their eternal longing to accompany the departed.
Let me confirm. Prepare the ice casket. Cleanse the body. Hold the 3-day vigil. And offer sapphirine blossoms before sealing the casket. Is that correct?
Precisely. At present, the temple has no ice caskets available. With our acolytes engaged in vital tasks, we cannot spare the labor to craft one. You will need to commission a skilled craftsman for the job.
Hugin, do you mean the dwarven craftsman you're acquainted with?
That's him! Hugin is the best! He'll definitely come through for us!
Creating an ice casket is a delicate process. Furthermore, with the havoc the Hypogean has caused, the temple also requires wooden coffins for the commoners. If you can, please also convey this need to the craftsmen.
Understood.
The cultists still haven't been fully eradicated. I will accompany you to ensure your safety.
Well, if it isn't my favorite bunch! I was just thinking about you all, and here you are! So, what should I make next? After finishing the festival ice sculpture, this town's been dreadfully dull. I'm itching for a project!
How about switching from ice sculptures to ice caskets?
That's still just ice! Where's the challenge in that? Ah, right.
Besides these two, the temple has also requested wooden coffins for the victims of the Hypogean attack. We must ensure every detail is handled with respect and reverence. Right now, it's most important to comfort the departed souls and ease the people's grief. I'm sorry we don't have something more creative for you to work on.
What? Why are you apologizing now? This is the most important task of all! My crew on Artisan Avenue will treat this with the utmost care and give it everything we have! That poor girl Yelena. The festival, everyone worked so hard to bring joy to this town. And now this? It's a shame.
If you're able, Master Hugin, please rally your craftsmen and head to White Ridge Temple as soon as possible. The acolytes there may be able to assist with some of the preparations.
Don't worry. I'll round up Haldor and the others in no time. Oh, one question though. What about materials? Do we have enough ice blocks and wood?
We have plenty of wood, but as for ice blocks, I'm afraid not.
Ha! No problem. We'll gather what we need. Time's of the essence, though. So, let's move fast. Here's the plan, Magister. Help me carve some ice blocks and get them to the temple. Meanwhile, I'll round up the rest of the crew. Sound good?
If I'm not mistaken, there is a graveyard situated on the cliff across the river, correct?
Yes, that's right. Have you been there?
We encountered a group of undead on our first night in the duchy. At the time, we didn't know they weren't hostile, so we engaged them. After being wounded, they retreated to that very graveyard. Some knights pursued them and witnessed one undead hopping from one tombstone to the next, cackling. They mentioned it was a rather unsettling sight. Is this a common occurrence in White Ridge?
Yes, the undead have long lingered in the area. Despite the Ducal Guard's tireless efforts to keep the more hostile ones at bay, they have never fully disappeared.
Don't worry. The acolytes have already joined forces with some of the more reasonable Graveborn to find a solution to this problem. I'm hopeful that peace will soon be restored. I don't know their names, but one of them was a general who once defended White Ridge.
Ah, General Valka. We are well aware of her legacy as a hero, and she has earned the full respect of this duchy. Furthermore, she and Magister Merlin were the ones who aided the princess in escaping the Frost Fury's grasp. If I may, I would like to invite General Valka to attend the princess's funeral. After all, she was present when the princess passed. I would also like to invite the ancestor of the Velisa family, who lives in the Duskmire Forest. Though he has long since become one of the undead, he remains the last living blood relative of the Archduke and the princess.
Regarding the funeral of nobles, the temple cannot make the decision alone. Once we return, we can discuss this matter with Acolyte Eisen. But for now, let us focus on preparing the caskets.
Sorry for the wait. We've got plenty of ice blocks, enough to make 2 caskets.
I wouldn't expect anything less from you all. Leave the rest to us. We'll finish the job on time, or even ahead of schedule.
We place our trust in your hands.
Ah, and that elderly acolyte over there wishes to speak with you.
Oh, Acolyte Ison? Let's go see what he wants.
Acolyte Ison, do you need anything from us?
There's an unfortunate matter at hand. A dark, malevolent force has tainted the frost oil stored in White Ridge Temple. I have already ordered the destruction of all of it.
What? But that oil is vital to prevent the ice coffin from melting. What are we supposed to do now?
Thankfully, the recipe for the frost oil remains intact. However, we'll require the help of a mage to craft 2 new vials. Alas, few mages devote themselves to Dura's service, and the temple cannot so easily spare them.
Magister, for the sake of the princess, we implore you. We need your assistance.
The ingredients for the frost oil include ice berries and crystal branches. However, upon...
These ingredients grow primarily in the Patalia Plain.
Wait, I'll come with you.
I see you've gathered the necessary materials. What's the next step?
We must trouble the Magister, I'm afraid. I've written down the formula and precise method here. Please follow the instructions carefully and infuse them with magic to craft the frost oil.
Jira above, Archduke, Princess, forgive me for the delay. Magister, Dame Tamisha, I am about to bring these 2 ice caskets back to the castle. Once the princess's remains and the Archduke's belongings are settled, I will return to the temple.
Yes, but we haven't asked the acolyte for permission yet.
Apologies.
Let loyalty and resilience steady your heart, Captain. You must not falter. Not now. Not before bidding farewell to those you have served so... Please wait a moment. I will go fetch him. Acolyte Ison is currently occupied, but I have his answer. He said that General Valka and Ludovic, the ancestor of the Velisa family, may attend the funeral. However, they are the only ones allowed. They are undead after all. And the temple is concerned about the public's perception and the ducal family's image. This is the final decision.
Dura above, this is already more than enough. Thank you for your understanding. Magister, would you kindly extend the invitation to General Valka and Ludovic on my behalf? Especially Valka. Without your assistance, I may never be able to locate her.
Why don't we start by visiting Everstill Manor? Ludovic will know how to contact Valka.
Thank you truly. You are most generous, esteemed Magister. Dame Tamisha, I entrust Magister Merlin's safety to your hands. I will await your return at the castle.
Templar Knight? Has White Ridge fallen so far as to require Templar Knights for suppression?
You. Are you from the Valisa family? To think you're still around.
Your expression, I've seen it countless times. Surprise, disbelief. It's always the same when someone first lays eyes on me. I thought the temple molded Templar Knights' hearts into unyielding steel, untouched by sentiment.
Then you have misunderstood the temple. Our hearts are guided by faith, not dulled by it.
I've misunderstood nothing, just as you misunderstand nothing about me. Do not trouble yourself with pity for my untimely death. I have no use for the temple's sympathy. Now, enough of these pleasantries. What brings you to my presence today? Another funeral for the Valisa family. I never thought I'd attend one again. Yet, since you've extended the courtesy of inviting me, and the temple permits the Graveborn to attend, I will come. I'll send someone to fetch her. Please, wait here.
Valka, you're here! We've been waiting forever!
What's the matter? Ludovic sent for me, claiming it was urgent. Huh.
And Sigmund.
Sigmund Valisa, the Archduke who met his tragic end during the Frost Fury incident. The temple is arranging his funeral as well.
I see. I will be there.
The funeral will take place in 3 days. Your generosity honors the departed. May the goddess's blessings shine upon you both.
Your blessings are noted, but we no longer have need of Dura's light. The dead have no need for breath or life. Where will Sigmund and Yelena rest until the funeral? Valisa Castle or White Ridge Temple? So, all that remains of the Valisa family is the holy light of Dura shining upon snow-covered ruins. How fitting. The Valisa branch of the Duchy of White Ridge is no more. I shall go early to keep vigil for Sigmund and Yelena. Whatever has come to pass, I remain a part of the Valisa bloodline. That will never change. It is my duty to bid farewell to this once glorious legacy.
I will accompany you. The Valisa family were once my comrades in arms. I owe them my respect. And the princess, I pray she may find the peace that eluded her in life.
Rest assured, the goddess shall cradle them in her eternal light. Magister Merlin and I must return to the castle to assist Captain Rodrigo with the preparations. We will take our leave now. May the radiance of the goddess guide and protect us all.
What's going on? The castle looks completely restored!
Yeah, it wasn't like this when we left.
Restored, you say? What was the castle like before?
It's kinda hard to explain. Back when the Hypogean's influence was strong, the castle's interior was, well, distorted. We were walking on these giant snowflake-shaped stone slabs floating in the air, and beneath them was just this endless void. It didn't feel real at all.
But now it's all fixed. Like nothing ever happened.
It must be that when the Frost Fury was sealed by Magister Merlin, her sinister influence on the castle was undone. The cleansing has restored everything to its natural state. Isn't that a good sign? Strange indeed. Such a delay in the restoration. It raises questions.
Could it be that the Frost Fury's magic was so powerful that even after being sealed, it took time for its effects to fade?
Regardless of the answer, we must remain vigilant. Our immediate priority is to find Captain Rodrigo. If the castle has transformed so drastically, let us hope he has not been affected by the changes.
Dura above. Magister, surely you sense that something isn't right here. When I led the team back, the castle had already reverted from its distorted form to this state. I assumed the Hypogean's influence had been fully eradicated, so I instructed everyone to prepare for the funeral as per protocol. But then, things began to feel off. The maids and the guards claimed to have no recollection of funeral preparations. Instead, they insist they're organizing some sort of celebration.
Captain Rodrigo, what are you saying? Why this insistence on a funeral? We haven't heard of any noble passing away. If that had happened, the Archduke would have dispatched stewards to coordinate with the temple. It wouldn't require your direct involvement. We are preparing for the Snowspire Festival. Surely you were informed?
The Snowspire Festival? That ended long ago. Who authorized this to take place in the castle now?
It was Miss Lydia. She told us to arrange a small celebration inspired by the Snowspire Festival.
Miss Lydia was the princess's most trusted steward. She's been at Her Highness's side since childhood. More like a foster mother than a servant.
Lieutenant, are you feeling unwell? How could you forget Miss Lydia after all these years? Of course I'm talking about you. You are Captain Rodrigo's lieutenant. What's gotten into you two today? You're both behaving oddly.
Magister, they're confusing you with someone else again.
Watch your tongue. How dare you utter such slander? The princess is alive. She's just a little frail. Even if you are Captain Rodrigo's lieutenant, such disrespect is unforgivable. I hope your tongue rots away. Captain Rodrigo, you must put an end to this nonsense before it reaches the Archduke's ears.
The princess is alive? This cannot be. Why is this happening? Is she truly still alive?
But the Hypogean has already been sealed. Why is the castle still like this?
Perhaps her magic hasn't been fully purged. Lingering traces may still be affecting this place.
If that is the case, we cannot risk the princess's body remaining in the castle. The Hypogean's power may seek to take hold of her again. I will dispatch someone to retrieve her body. We must ensure her safety, no matter the cost.
Princess Yelena's body is missing?
Yes. The guards I dispatched have thoroughly searched the mortuary inside and out. Not only did they fail to locate the body, but there were no signs of it being moved in any way.
Could it be that she came back to life?
Chippy, don't say something so terrifying.
While I'm not certain of the exact nature of the illusion you all witnessed previously, this situation feels unnatural.
And the maids mistaking Magister Merlin for someone else is just like what happened back then. Before, in the illusion, we saw Princess Yelena when she was ill. At that time, she hadn't yet fallen under the Frost Fury's control.
If this is another illusion, does that mean we might see her?
Whether this is reality or another illusion, I must find Her Highness. The Duchy of Whiteridge has suffered far too much already.
Do not despair, Captain Rodrigo. Steady yourself. This is the castle you know best. Where do you think Princess Yelena might be?
Her Highness, frail in life, spent most of her time in her chamber.
Then lead the way. Jira above. May you protect Princess Yelena's pure and radiant soul from the grasp of evil.
above. Honorable knight, surely you've come to deliver Dura's divine message and save Princess Yelena.
Me? I'm afraid you're mistaken. I am but a humble knight of the temple, not one worthy of delivering divine revelations.
But then, why are you here at Valisa Castle? Silence, Lieutenant. This is not your place to speak.
Miss Lydia, I must ask that you show respect to both Magister Merlin and Dame Temisia. Magister Merlin and Dame Temisia have come to assist in the preparation of Her Highness's funeral.
Enough! Captain Rodrigo, Her Highness has always trusted you most. Yet you dare speak such blasphemous words. I shall report you directly to the Archduke if you utter another word of disrespect. He will have no choice but to order your punishment.
The Archduke? But he has already... I apologize. Her Highness's illness has left me unsettled. It feels like I've been trapped in a nightmare, one from which I have yet to awaken. I only wish to know why she is not in our chamber. The Archduke gave specific orders that she not leave her room without supervision.
That is because Her Highness is participating in the festivities within the castle. We've recreated many activities from the Snowspire Festival. You must have seen them when you arrived. Thanks to our efforts, Her Highness has been delighted. It's been far too long since we've seen her smile.
You've truly...
Of course! During all the preparations, I scarcely left her side for a moment.
Thank you for letting us know, Miss Lydia. May the goddess protect Princess Yelena.
The Valisa court also extends its gratitude and thanks for your blessings upon Her Highness.
Something feels off about her.
Did you notice something?
I sense a faint trace of dark energy lingering on her. It is weak, but unmistakable. It's similar to the energy we detected in the Sun Temple when Burial arrived. This could make her more susceptible.
Hypogeans once again. What should we do now, Magister? Understood. Miss Lydia, I apologize. Now, where is Princess Yelena? I wish to personally apologize and offer my well wishes for the celebration.
Her Highness is wandering about the castle as lively as a sprite, blessed by the goddess. You should see the light in her eyes. I suggest you and your lieutenant take this opportunity to relax. You both appear far too tense, which may be why you've had nightmares and unsettling visions. Here, take this petal collection card. You may exchange it for gifts, just as in the Snowspire Festival of Cedar Town. Best of luck to you. Now, I must go fetch Her Highness's favorite velvet shawl.
It seems the passage has been sealed. Could she have sensed something suspicious about us?
If she were truly under Hypogean influence, she would not have merely locked us in here. Furthermore, look at these decorations. They must have a deeper significance.
Could Miss Lydia still be angry with Captain Rodrigo for saying that Her Highness has already passed away?
But she doesn't seem like the type to be so petty.
Miss Lydia is a reasonable woman. Even if she believed I had broken my knightly vows, she would not act impulsively. She would just report it to the Archduke. Before her illness, Her Highness often hid her cherished possessions in this passage. However, these bookshelves, I do not believe she arranged them herself. After Her Highness fell ill, the Archduke sealed the passage to prevent her from sneaking out. Since then, no new items have been stored here.
I've inspected the area. There's no keyhole on the door, no hidden mechanisms on the walls, and even the windows are securely locked.
This passage is completely sealed.
Like an activity for the festival. Is this one of White Ridge's traditions?
Well, the ghostly getaway was quite popular during the Snowspire Festival.
The maid in the hall mentioned Miss Lydia had them prepare the celebration in the style of the festival. Could this be an imitation of the ghostly getaway activity?
Then the way to open the door must be hidden within this passage. Let's search for clues.
It looks like the story here is about a frail girl who dreams of playing outside, but is too weak, waiting for spring to finally leave her room.
I believe I understand now. This castle celebration must be the one Miss Lydia spoke of so often. Before Princess Yolena's passing, Miss Lydia devoted herself to planning a grand celebration, hoping Her Highness could still share in the joy of the Snowspire Festival, even without venturing outside. But the princess left this world before the preparations could be completed. That's correct. This celebration never fully came to be.
Just like when he first arrived at the castle. This must be some kind of illusion.
But how do we escape?
Now isn't the time to speculate. We need to focus on getting out of this secret passage first.
Fear not. The answer lies in this recipe for a growth potion. By brewing the potion and pouring it into the flower pot, the plant will sprout and the door will open. Well, I only recalled it moments ago. It just came to me that this mechanism is tied to a story Miss Lydia once told. When Princess Yolena fell ill and lost her spirit, Miss Lydia sought to comfort her. She told the princess that she would recover once winter passed and the sapphirine blossoms by her window began to bloom. And then she could leave her room to see the world beyond.
I see. The blooming plant symbolizes the... No wonder Lydia designed this puzzle.
Jira, above.
The way forward will open as soon as we brew the growth potion.
This letter says Amy lost the strength to walk. And even her voice. Were these the same symptoms Princess Yolena had?
Indeed. By the time Miss Lydia arranged the celebration, Princess Yolena's health had already deteriorated greatly. The Archduke and all who cared for her understood that her chances of recovery were slim. Yet no one could bear to tell her the truth. The princess still clung to hope, and shattering that hope would have been unthinkably cruel.
The people of White Ridge are truly devoted to their faith.
Are you referring to this letter praying to Dura?
It's clear that the maid who stayed by Amy's side mirrors Miss Lydia. Like the maid, Miss Lydia must have prayed countless times with unwavering faith, pleading for Jira's mercy to save Princess Yolena.
That's right. Miss Lydia cared for Princess Yolena since her childhood. She was the closest person to the princess other than the Archduke. Because of that, even when others had accepted the inevitable, she continued to encourage the princess to hold on to hope. Praying to Dura was her last resort. Yet the goddess's mercy never reached the princess.
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but it may have been the princess's fate. Something even Jira herself could not alter.
I understand.
This story mirrors Princess Yolena's life in so many ways. Lydia must have poured her heart into this, hoping it would comfort the princess. But sadly, Princess Yelena never got to see it.
The princess has passed. Please, let's not linger in sorrow. We must focus on crafting the growth potion and get out of here to find the princess's body. Only then can we preserve her final dignity.
Captain Rodrigo, Lieutenant, you truly are the finest knights in Whiteridge. Solving Miss Lydia's intricate puzzles so fast is quite impressive. Please, hand me your collection card, and I shall paint the petals. Yes, the real first-place sapphire petals were prepared specifically for the princess.
Where is the princess now?
I believe she should be in the atelier. I saw her heading that way. The attendants prepared an activity there for her. If you head over now, you might run into her.
Run into an alive Yelena? Just the thought gives Chippy goosebumps.
Regardless, our priority is to locate the princess.
Honorable guests, would you like to try making a dough man?
A dough man? Is that a custom here in Whiteridge?
Oh, I see you're Captain Rodrigo's guest. You must be unfamiliar with our customs. In our duchy, it snows all year, so we naturally build real snowmen. But the dough men were something Miss Lydia came up with for the princess. After her illness, the princess became quite sensitive to the cold. Since most of the Snowspire Festival's activities take place outside, we needed a cozy indoor alternative. The idea is simple. Take 2 dough balls, stack them to form a body, and decorate them. They look just like real snowmen, and the best part is that they won't melt. Why don't you try making one too? You could create your own unique design that isn't already in the castle. I'm sure the princess will be so delighted when she sees it. Oh my, this is so well made. I had no idea you had such talent. Now, please head to the guard over there and choose some decorations for the dough man.
The guards have so many decorations. Besides scarves, there are some odd items. Wait! Why are there gemstones? Are they supposed to be eyes?
Magister, what kind of dough man would you like to make?
Oh, maybe bear ears, like Soren and Gerda's.
I've been in Whiteridge for so long that I'm starting to miss the dry sands of the Ashen Wastes. I wonder how Elsa and Soren are doing.
Next time we meet them, we can teach them how to make dough men. Then they can join in on the fun too. But let's focus on making this dough man first. We can show off our skills to them later.
Oh, this dough man is so adorable. It looks like a kitty standing on its hind legs. A bear? Oh, is it inspired by the innkeeper of the Frozen Paw? How wonderfully creative. Well, I'd love to give you a real sapphire petal. I'm afraid the princess already took it earlier.
Might I ask where the princess has gone?
Miss Lydia came to escort her. They're likely participating in another activity. There's one in the downstairs hall.
How is Her Highness? Is she...
It's... well... you see...
If there is something to be said, speak plainly. You know how much the entire duchy worries for her.
Her Highness seems very happy today. Perhaps due to the celebration. She hasn't been this cheerful in quite some time. Even her steps appear lighter and more lively than usual. But her health still leaves much to be desired.
I see. Please, do not mention it in front of Her Highness.
I understand. Miss Lydia has already spoken of the matter.
Good. Very well. Let us proceed. These capybaras.
What's going on? Is there something wrong with these capybaras?
The Archduke gifted these capybaras to Her Highness after she fell ill. When Her Highness was dying, she worried that they would make the Archduke sad, so she instructed me to send them to a reliable caretaker to ensure their comfort. I believe I sent them away long ago, but now they're here. They seem very close to the people in the castle.
The past is reappearing again. Just like when we saw Velka and Kryanaya fighting each other on the ancient battlefield. It could be one of those weird vision thingies of the past.
But what happened here is completely different from what happened in reality. The castle festivities were unprepared when Her Highness was alive, so this can't be the past.
There is such a possibility. The after effects of the Hypogean linger everywhere in this castle. Every maid and guard has more or less been affected.
Could it be that everyone's unwilling to accept Princess Helena's death? So they all secretly wish for an alternative version of events?
But we didn't see any weird-looking maids this time. And talking to them didn't teleport us back to reality.
Maybe we haven't met the right ones yet. The castle is pretty big after all.
Let's continue with the festivities for now. I'm sure there will be clues as we continue forward. Charon, aren't you responsible for guarding the castle perimeter?
Yes, sir. I'm here according to Miss Lydia's instructions. I'm so honored to contribute to Her Highness's cell. Captain Rodrigo, would you like to try the capybara chasing game? You win by leading them down the corridor to the finish line. I heard from the maids that Miss Lydia came up with this to replace ice skating, although I don't really understand what those two things have in common. Oh, Lieutenant, this will be a breeze since you're always caring for the capybaras.
Yes, the lieutenant has indeed taken very good care of these capybaras. It's up to you, Lieutenant.
I knew you could do it, Lieutenant. Your form was perfect.
The lieutenant has been very tired lately.
I bet. You've been working too hard recently. You definitely need some rest.
Her Highness and Miss Lydia aren't here. We should look elsewhere.
There are a few activities in the Great Hall and the audience chamber. They may have gone there.
Apologies, everyone. The ball hasn't been set up yet. Please return later.
It's a real ball! Is Miss Lydia actually planning to imitate every single event from the Snowspire Festival?
But with Princess Helena's health, can she even dance?
Perhaps in this illusion, Her Highness's condition has improved.
The ball won't begin until all the other activities have ended. Why don't... What activity is this? Why is there so much dough?
This is called the dough ball fight. Instead of a snowball fight, you use dough balls to try and hit the targets. Hit all of them and you win.
Is this another activity that Miss Lydia came up with?
Yes. After all, we all know that Her Highness can't handle anything strenuous or intense. If we had a snowball fight, everyone would be worried about the princess running around. Besides, no one would want to throw snowballs at her. All right, enough of these sad musings. Ladies and gentlemen, come right up and test your skills at our doughball fight. Congratulations! You won second place in the doughball fight.
First place belongs to the princess, right?
Oh yes. Let's see. Your collection card is only missing color in 2 petals. Seems they're from the remaining activities in the audience chamber. You'd better hurry. The ball is about to begin. Thank you for the reminder.
Welcome to the Enigma Chase! Are you ready for this game, my lovely guests? The Enigma Chase is an activity that has our guests find the 3 hidden servants in the audience chamber. Although it sounds simple, finding them won't be easy. Use your imagination and guess where they're hiding.
It seems like this is a version of the snowman chase for Princess Yelena.
Miss Lydia has put in a lot of effort for Her Highness. Femi, what are you doing here?
Oh, Captain Rodrigo!
Why aren't you accompanying Her Highness? Why are you hiding here crying? Is there something wrong with the princess?
No, it's just... Her Highness wrote a farewell letter.
A farewell letter? Why would Her Highness write a farewell letter? The Archduke has ordered everyone not to tell Her Highness of her condition. Who told her?
Yes, let's calm down, Captain. This is an illusion. The letter may not be real.
Perhaps you're right.
Since the first snowfall of winter, her health has been getting worse. None of us mention it, especially in front of Her Highness. Even the doctor hasn't said anything, and he never leaves any records of us. When we went to her room this morning to help her change, she took out the letter and handed it to us. She smiled that bright smile of hers and told us not to cry.
What did Her Highness write in the letter?
I don't know all the details, but Her Highness hopes for a water burial instead of a proper one.
Water burial?
According to Her Highness, although it would be nice to be buried with her Valisa ancestors, she's afraid that one day she may become an undead, roaming the duchy and harming the innocent. She doesn't want an existence like that.
Dura would never allow such blasphemy to happen. How could she even think that?
Her Highness has always been stubborn.
Is this really what Her Highness wants? Does she not want to be buried in peace and have us remember and honor her?
If there's even the slightest possibility of me hurting the people of Whiteridge, then I won't have a traditional burial. Although her face was as white as a sheet when she said this, her eyes were as hard as steel. And then, she made us swear to the goddess to help her fulfill her dying wish.
And you swore?
I'm sorry, Captain, but I can't bear seeing Her Highness cry again. I'm willing to do anything to cheer her up, even if it's just to make her smile for a moment.
You swore an oath to Dura. That is an oath you cannot break.
Yes, I know, but there was no way I was going to refuse, Captain. Facing Her Highness, even the most cold-hearted person in the world would melt and agree to her request. After we swore, Her Highness smiled. It was the first time she had smiled in so many days. Then, she seemed to have regained some of her strength, and with the help of her attendant, she sat up as if a miracle had happened. Her exact words were, "Thank you all for everything. Will you accompany me to the festivities? Let's have a memorable time." And then, well, the celebration began.
Did a miracle really happen? Has Her Highness recovered?
I don't know. I hope so. Looking at Her Highness, I always think of the celebration a few years ago. There were fireworks at a festival. It was so beautiful that it lit up the whole night sky, just like when the princess smiles. Even the candles in her room seemed to grow brighter. But fireworks always stop at some point. Forgive my dreary words. I wish Her Highness good health and happiness forever. May this miracle last. But I keep thinking about the fireworks ending. I must be cursed to think such things. Possessed by something evil. Forgive me. If you still doubt my words, find Miss Lydia. The princess gave her the letter for safekeeping. She would never leave Her Highness's side at a time like this. Her Highness also said that after her death, this letter is to be given to the Archduke.
Where is Miss Lydia?
I don't know. When the festivities started, I couldn't hold it in anymore, so I came here alone.
You're dismissed. Don't tell anyone what has transpired.
Yes.
Are you okay,
I don't know.
According to the tenets of the temple, if a water burial was truly Princess Yelena's last wish, her opinion should be respected.
She does resemble a display of fireworks, doesn't she?
I have not yet had the privilege of meeting Her Highness in person. However, I have seen people burn themselves out toward the end of their lives. From the maid's words, I felt her conviction. Incredible faith is supporting Princess Yelena right now. Her duty to protect the duchy outweighs all. Her faith in the palace attendants, who set aside their concerns, gives her the strength to push through her illness and attend the celebration that should not exist. As a Templar knight, I cannot speak of miracles. But with Jura above, Her Highness's soul will be safeguarded, no matter where it may wander.
But should such beautiful fireworks end up in the water? No, don't answer that. Let us go find Miss Lydia and Her Highness. There are things we need to discuss.
Oh no, you found everyone so quickly. Then...
The game is no longer important. Have you seen Her Highness and Miss Lydia? Do you know where they went?
That's strange. They left just a moment ago.
When?
Just before you entered the audience chamber. You must have passed by them.
This is very strange. Let's ask someone else.
The ball has started.
But Princess Yelena and Miss Lydia aren't here either.
No, this isn't right. This celebration was specially prepared for Her Highness, so she should perform the opening dance. Even if she's feeling unwell, she should still be here.
Calm down. Let's ask the maids and guards here. They should provide some information.
Where is Her Highness and Miss Lydia? Did they not arrive for the opening dance?
Of course. Her Highness came. But she wasn't feeling well, so she stood in the center of the dance floor and just waved to everyone. After that, she left. Miss Lydia mentioned that the princess was preparing to offer a sapphirine blossom to Dura, much like presenting a flower to the general during the Snowspire Festival. Her Highness is so devout. I hope Dura will bless and protect her.
Offering a flower to Dura. Then she should be at the temple. I don't know what's happening, but I think you're right. Even if someone was helping Her Highness, it would still be difficult for her to walk that far. Dura above, I wish this miracle was real. The Duchy of Whiteridge doesn't need another tragedy.
Wake up, Captain Rodrigo! This is an illusion! None of this is real!
But can't it become true? We're taught that Dura is all-knowing and powerful. Can't what has happened be changed? I didn't pray for her resurrection like the Archduke. But here she is, still alive, and perhaps it's not too late.
Wake up, Captain. Don't let your loyalty blind you. This illusion is affecting you. Listen to Magister Merlin. No one knows magic better than him. In this mirror world, he's the only one you can trust. Illusions lead to delusions. Neither you nor I can presume to speak of miracles. If our faith is shaken even for a second, evil will find its way into our hearts. If you consider yourself a true knight of the Duchy of Whiteridge, I urge you to let go in the name of the temple. Our priority is to locate the princess and uncover the truth behind the castle's fall into this illusion.
Magister, Dura above, fortify my resolve, so that I do not succumb to confusion. You're right. For the sake of the Duchy, I cannot allow myself to be deluded by the uncertainty of this world. We'll have to go to the temple. Hopefully, we'll find Her Highness there.
Has the princess already presented a flower to Dura?
But the princess isn't here! No one passed by us!
Miss Lydia just said it very clearly. Her Highness offered up a sapphirine blossom to the goddess.
Ah! Chippy's fur is standing on end!
Except for us, no one else here notices anything unusual. Even Miss Lydia. Miss Lydia!
Magister Merlin, let's follow the captain.
Miss Lydia, where is Her Highness?
You're delirious again, Captain Rodrigo. Why are you not bowing to Her Highness? She's just offered up a sapphirine blossom to Dura.
Chippy doesn't get it. Is there supposed to be someone next to Miss Lydia?
Do you know what you're saying, Miss Lydia?
Dura is protecting Her Highness, is she not? Look closely. By Dura's grace, Her Highness's color has returned. Her cheeks, see how they bloom with life.
That's enough. Wake up, Miss Lydia, please.
What are you talking about? Oh, Captain Rodrigo, are you still trapped in your nightmare? Calm your heart, I beg you. Look around. I arranged all this for her. And see? The princess is so pleased, so full of life, happier than I've seen her in years.
Her Highness is... Open your eyes! Her Highness isn't standing next to you. There's nothing but cold air beside you. The real princess. She's gone. She's been gone for so long, Lydia.
Captain Rodrigo, how dare you speak such lies about Her Highness? She isn't dead. She can't be dead. I've watched over her every moment. With my prayers, with the prayers of the entire duchy, she will never fall to death's embrace.
Miss Lydia? She's become like that weird maid we met before.
The key to this illusion was indeed Miss Lydia.
Like the captain said, Miss Lydia and Her Highness had a very close relationship. It is very likely that she could not accept the princess's death, and the residual power of the Hypogean led to the formation of this illusion. The most important thing right now is to find Miss Lydia and free her from the Hypogean's corruption.
She's headed to Her Highness's chamber. We need to catch up.
Your Highness, the celebration is ready. I've made everything just like the Snowspire Festival. Just open your eyes and you'll see how beautiful the castle looks. Everyone is waiting for you to wake up. The Archduke even said that we can have a festival every day if you want. So please, just open your eyes. Please wake up, Your Highness. Please.
Miss Lydia. Her Highness has already left this world. Please let her rest in peace.
No, you're lying! You can't take her away from me! Her Highness was so eager to participate in the Snowspire Festival. She personally told me that she wants to stand up on stage with the Archduke after she recovers. I promised to arrange a grand castle celebration for her so she could enjoy the festivities like the other citizens of the duchy. How could she be gone when I haven't kept my promise yet?
I understand how you feel. I don't want to believe she's gone either.
No, you don't understand. None of you do. She lost her mother too soon. She grew up with no one but duty and the weight of her title. And then the illness came. Day after day, she smiled through the pain so no one would worry, not even the Archduke. The rarest herbs couldn't save her. The ancient ancestor of the Valisa line turned his back on her. Even the goddess that Yelena prayed to every night forsook her. Oh, Dura, why are you doing this to Her Highness? Why does she have to deal with all of this when she's just a child? A kind, gentle child who only wanted to see the Snowspire Festival. Was that too much to ask? A simple, innocent wish. Why couldn't she have just this one thing?
Something's not right. Stay behind me. Whatever was left behind by that Hypogean is eating away at her mind.
Oh, goddess, why? Why?
Jura above. I have no choice but to end all Hypogean corruption.
No, please, Dame Tamisha. Is there no other way to calm her down? She was dear to Her Highness, and Her Highness was dear to her.
The snowman in the painting is Yelena? The thick, beautiful snow. The shimmering decorations of the Snowspire Festival. Why is there such a painting? When did Yelena attend the festival? Is this some kind of cruel joke? When did she give this to you? This is her handwriting. I'd know it anywhere. I saw her learn to write. Her little hands gripping the quill as her teacher guided her. And I was there when she first mixed colors to paint her first unicorn. Every piece she created, I preserved. I dusted them off every day so they'd remain as perfect as the day she made them. Your Highness, you can finally paint again. You haven't picked up a brush in so long. Look, your snowman is smiling so brightly. I haven't been this happy since you got sick. You must have been so happy to join in the Snowspire Festival. Dura above, your wish really came true, didn't it? I wish you could always be this happy, Your Highness.
I share your pain. However, Her Highness wouldn't want this. She wouldn't want you to shackle yourself to sorrow.
Princess.
The Hypogean influence is fading from her body. Incredible.
It seems she has finally accepted the truth about Princess Yelena's death. Though it pained her, it was kinder in the end to pull her from her delusions and help her confront the reality of the situation.
I agree. Magister Merlin, please use your magic to thoroughly cleanse her of any hypogean influence. We need to shatter this false palace of illusion. This is a task that only you can accomplish.
Miss Lydia, we once met Fami, Her Highness's personal maid in the illusion. She said that before her death, Her Highness hoped for a water burial and left a farewell letter. Is this true?
A farewell letter. Yes, she did leave such a letter. Her Highness asked me to pass it along to the Archduke after her death. She shouldn't have written the letter. She was definitely going to get better, so I hid it at the bottom of the display case under the other books. But in the end, she still...
So, the water burial. What she said was true?
Yes, it was true. I can't fathom what she was thinking. Her Highness was so radiant and beautiful. If Dura had any mercy, she would never allow her to become an undead. I just don't know anymore. If it was Princess Yelena's wish, I should help her. But no, Her Highness cannot just leave us like this.
Father, I dream of taking a boat downstream to where the river flows into the ocean. I want to see the wide, wondrous sea with my own eyes. It may be hard to grant my wish of attending the Snow Spire Festival, so please promise me that after I'm gone, I can have a water burial so my soul can drift out to the ocean. When the time comes, could you pray and talk to Mother for me? Ask her to forgive my willfulness and for being unable to be by her side, to sleep in her embrace in my final moments. Who made this world so full of wonder? There are still so many treats I haven't tasted, and so many fun things I'll never try. But don't be sad, Father. As your daughter, I forbid you to come see me. Promise me you'll live for countless more years, as long as the eternal snow on White Ridge Mountain and as enduring as my love for you. I wish to become a flower, so I can kiss you again when the spring breeze carries me over. This year, next year, every year, over and over again. Farewell, Father. I'll love you until the end of time.
This is indeed Her Highness's handwriting.
When she first wrote her letter, Princess Yelena was already very ill. Some of her words are a little crooked. At that time, Her Highness tried to cheer me up by saying that her handwriting was better than when she first learned to write.
Stay strong, Miss Lydia. We can only get through this bitter winter of sorrow together. I will inform the acolytes of Whiteridge Temple and request that they honor Her Highness's final wish by performing a water burial after the memorial ceremony concludes. The prepared ice caskets will be needed during the process of transferring Her Highness to the temple and the ceremony.
Miss Lydia, when Her Highness is being transferred to the temple, please stay close to the captain. The hypogean influence that possessed you was powerful. Although Magister Merlin has cleansed you, I'm worried that there may still be some hidden magic left behind. To prevent further incidents, I ask that you remain at Whiteridge Temple for the time being. Once the Heroic Order's mission is complete, we will return together. Being under the protection of the Divine Light, you need not worry about any hypogean influence.
Dura above, blessed be the mercy of the temple. However, before sending Princess Yelena to the temple, could you grant me the honor of cleaning her body? I don't wish to entrust this final duty to anyone else. Her Highness told me she hoped to be spotless and radiant on her last day, and she didn't want her face to appear so pale. Let me at least do this final thing for her. Thank you. There are 2 maids outside. Please let them come in and assist me in making Her Highness presentable. If it needs to be under your supervision, then let us begin.
You're the maid who was in the audience chamber just now.
Audience chamber? I was? Oh, I have a vague impression of being there. I was laughing. No, I was maybe sad. How strange. I can't figure out what happened. My apologies.
It seems that after the illusion disappeared, all the people in the castle forgot what happened.
Fammy, get the other maid, and help Miss Lydia prepare Her Highness for her funeral.
Her Highness? Yes.
Is there anything I can do for Her Highness? I can't just do nothing while seeing her off.
Princess Yelena shouldn't be sent off by herself. She'll need some of her personal effects and keepsakes. I remember she loved the paintings in the drawing room, the plants in the secret passage she took care of herself. She also wanted a floral wreath, which always made her think of the festival. Oh, Dura, even if we placed the entire castle in her casket, it wouldn't relieve the cold pain in my heart. But I have to come to terms with this. Oh, Yelena, I can't be the kind of person who would make you sad or harm those you love. So please, I'm counting on you.
All right. We'll be back with what you need soon.
I've taken care to make Princess Yelena look her very best. Look at how calm and peaceful she is. Is it time to send her to the temple?
Yes. It is time to conduct the funeral for the Archduke and Her Highness. All that remains of the Archduke is the sword he wore with him, and I've sent my guards to retrieve it. Now, gently place Her Highness into the ice casket. This is the final gift given to her by Cedar Town's acolytes and dwarven craftsmen. After 3 days of mourning and standing vigil, we will hold a water burial for Her Highness, according to her wish.
Miss Lydia, it's time.
Yes. Thank you for everything you have done for Her Highness, Captain Rodrigo, Dame Temisia, Magister.
Let's return to White Ridge Temple. Ludovic and Valka should be there already.
You're the guest the Archduke invited before. The member of the Valisa family. You're the person who refused to help Yelena.
According to the dictionary, a person is a human being regarded as an individual. I admit I am an individual, but the human part is quite inappropriate, young lady.
You're an undead!
Do not be rude. He remains a member of the Valisa family, to which we have all sworn allegiance. Magister Merlin is right. Her Highness explicitly stated in her letter that she did not wish to become an undead. She also told you this herself, did she not?
Yes, sweet Yelena. She didn't want to become lifeless like that. She didn't want to become...
Humans often entertain unrealistic fantasies about becoming a Graveborn, believing that eternal life means being alive. Yet they rarely consider the true cost of such an existence. If you understood what Valka and I have faced throughout the centuries, you wouldn't look upon our lives with envy. Eternal life is just another...
Is that true, General Valka?
I do not seek to revisit the past, but if it aids in resolving your doubts, I shall speak of it. The undead who attacked the people of the Duchy. They were once my fellow soldiers, akin to myself and Ludovic, who still possess our wits and can speak as we did in life. Yet, as time stretched on without end, they were driven mad by the eternal weight of their existence. Their sanity crumbled, and they could only find relief in the suffering of those they attacked. This is the reality of being a Graveborn. The everlasting life that countless mortals envy will, in time, twist us into horrifying creatures of darkness.
I believe that becoming a Graveborn would provide her with another means of living. However, if she were to suffer every day, Her Highness made her choice, and I should honor her decision. If you love someone, you should put their desires above your own, even if the pain takes everything from you.
This is not your fault. You are much like my parents, who dreaded the thought of their dear child leaving.
Oh, Yelena.
I have brought an amulet with me. If you would, kindly place it within Her Highness's casket. I have heard that Princess Yelena wished for a water burial. I hope it can accompany her to the sea.
These are everbloom flowers. Please put these in as well. I had intended to write Yelena's epitaph myself, but I had not expected her to choose a water burial. Still, there is a certain beauty in how the living, like blazing fires, melt the snow, and the waters, once melted, find their way to the sea. This may be Yelena's fate. I should compose a poem to honor this. Let us be off. It's time to stand vigil for Sigmund and Yelena.
Thank you all for your company. General Valka, Lord Ludovic, Magister. Her Highness would be honored if she knew how much you've all done for her. The funeral ceremony is over. Now we go to the river to bid our final farewells to Princess Yelena. Miss Lydia's mental state is a bit unstable right now. She was heavily affected by the power of the Hypogean. Acolyte Eisen suggested avoiding any situation that might trigger her.
Miss Lydia selected the most serene riverside locale within the Battalia Plains for the funeral. She spoke of Princess Yelena's cherished memories of the place. She hoped that the sapphirine blossoms blooming in that serene place would accompany the princess on her final journey.
Where blossoms sway and winds do croon, her life's sweet praise is ever strewn, like snowflakes born in frost's embrace. Her warmth doth call the spring's soft grace. In dreams of azure, soft and deep, the river bears her pure and meek. In a land where pain and ill are gone, she views the sea, her heart's long song. Beneath the goddess's tender gaze, Her loved one's love shall find its place. With kisses kind and hearts so true, eternal love shall shine on you. I can do no more for Yelena, so let this poem accompany her to her final resting place.
Will you not present it to Her Highness at her funeral?
The final farewell falls upon all your shoulders. I cannot bring myself to say farewell to another member of the Velisa bloodline. Even for a graveborn, it is a cruelty too heavy to bear.
Thank you for everything you've done for Her Highness and the Velisa family, Lord Ludovic.
It's time for you to send her off.